Hey Team Aaptiv, it's Katie here. I am so pumped to be with you for another mental health work through. This is actually the beginning of Mental Health Awareness month, I believe, possibly week. Can't believe I said that. I'm getting it wrong. Anyway, this time right now is all about, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And this time is all about mental health. And so while I'm so happy to be with you every single week, I'm especially happy to be with you during the month of May. I can't believe that I couldn't remember that. That just shows where my brain is right now. We're on day 11 million something of all of this. As you're coming in, you can wave to me, you can give me a thumbs up. I would love for you to share an emoji that describes how you are coping today, what emotions are showing up for you today. So my emotion today would probably be the face where the eyes are all over the place and the mouth is all squiggly. I'm feeling super scattered, and I am embracing that because I feel that all feelings are valid. And the best thing that we can do right now is to show up exactly as we are, who we are in the moment. I see people starting to tune in. Also, tell me where you're tuning in from. I love seeing where everyone in our community is from. So if you're just joining this and you've never been part of one of our mental health work-throughs before, here's how this goes. Each week, of course, you have incredible workouts from our trainers. You have strength, you have cardio circuits, you have yoga, you have stretching, Pilates, meditation. And my goal is to come on here every Monday morning and set ourselves up mentally for the week ahead. Because what we do in fitness is just practice for what we do out there in life. And I believe, which is what we're going to talk about today, that fitness is just as much of a workout for your brain as it is for your body. It's just as much a workout for your heart as it is for your legs, your biceps. I'm going to wave to some of you as you're tuning in. So today is going to be a little bit different than our normal mental health work-throughs, where I am going to discuss something and give tips and tricks that I've used in my own life. So if you want to take notes, fantastic. If not, and you just want to be super present, then this is going to be living on Aaptiv's IGTV, and it's also going to be on the Aaptiv Live YouTube channel. So we will post a link to that. I'm going to post a link to this on my account at Katie Horwitch after this. Also, I'm going to post what I call show notes. So I have a podcast. Many of you listen to podcasts. Maybe some of you have podcasts of your own. At the end of a podcast, when you go to the podcast page, there's a list of links that were talked about in the show. So we're going to be talking about some pretty specific things today, and I want to make sure that you have the resources necessary to really dive in and dig deep as you go off onto your week, because this work through, just like all of the others, it's not a one and done thing. It doesn't begin and end here. Again, this is to set you up for a phenomenal week ahead. Oops. What did I just do? I just turned it around. There we go. We're all learning here together. All right, so I see people tuning in from Virginia. I see people tuning in from all over and giving all kinds of emojis. Some people are feeling like they're happy, they've got hearts, scattered, and also worried. Yeah, that's something that's been coming up a lot for me as well. I feel like about a week and a half ago, I was feeling really dark. I was feeling really gloomy. I was feeling really sad. I was feeling really lost. We did a mental health work through based on that called Riding the Wave, and that is also on the Aaptiv YouTube right now. I also have it on my account. And then last week, I was feeling super pumped, super energized, like ready to take on the world. And I feel like this week for me is sort of like my mind and my heart and my body don't know where they want to go. They've seen all different extremes and they're just all over the place. Can anyone else relate to that right now? Where you felt the highs, you felt the lows, and your mind and your body and your heart are just like, I don't even know what's up anymore. So as we're going into this new month, especially when it's beautiful outside, if you're on the East Coast, if you're in New York, especially, you know that it has been super freaking gloomy here, and the last few days it has been gorgeous. Now, I'm not saying that that is an excuse to like go out and socialize right now. I don't want anybody to think that I'm implying that. However, the light and the weather, it definitely affects our mood. I know it at least affects my mood. And so even if I'm staying inside, if it is sunny, if it is beautiful, I am feeling way more up than usual. If it's gloomy, I'm feeling down. And when I'm feeling in that up place, like we talked about in Riding Your Wave, that is a great time to set new goals, to start new habits. And it's a new month, so what better day than to start a new habit today? So you're here because you're a part of the Aaptiv community. And if you're a part of the Aaptiv community, then you probably have fitness on the brain, right? I mean, it's why we're all here. So I wanted to talk about fitness goals today. This is something that came up when John Thornhill and I did our walk and talk. It was probably about 6 weeks ago now. And someone came on and they asked about setting fitness goals during this time. And I find that the way that we set fitness goals is really personal to everybody, because everybody and every body is different. So prescribing one general blanket fitness goal or like a few goals for people, that's not my jam. That's not what I do. However, I want to give you some tools in this mental health work through to help you set the kinds of goals that are not only right for who you are, where you are, how you are, but also set you up for success in the long run. Because like we've talked about before, this is not the new normal that we're in, right? This is the for now normal. The new normal comes later. The new normal comes after we're able to open our doors and hug each other and go and be in the places that bring us joy. We're going to have new factors in our lives. There's going to be paradigm shifts. But that's the later. This is the now. So how do we set fitness goals in the for now normal without triggering our anxious brain or our scarcity brain? So if you have a pen and paper and you want to take notes, amazing. If not, just listen up. So fitness goals, the way that people usually think of fitness goals has to do with either your body or a distance that you can run or a number of sets that you can complete. Does anyone have any fitness goals that they've found have really worked for them over the last 6-8 weeks so far? If you do, I would love to hear them. Please leave them below. So I have 3.5 different tips for setting mindful fitness goals during the for now normal. Because what we do here is going to come with us way after this time is over. So it's really important while we are all going through this collectively traumatic experience that we are being proactive and not reactive. So the number one way that I would suggest to set a goal is to maximize the time that you do have instead of trying to find time that you don't already have. So right now, while we are all living under one roof, maybe you are with roommates, maybe you're with a partner, maybe you're with kids, maybe you have house guests that are staying with you right now that are not usually living in your house. Maybe you are all alone and you're used to being out or just being around people. We are all in a new experience for all of us right now. So in this for now normal, it's really important for us to look at what we do have instead of what we don't have. Because if we look at what we don't have, then our scarcity mindset starts to come in, right? We start to say, I don't have enough time to do this. And that becomes, I don't have the equipment to do this workout that I want to do. I don't have the space. I don't have this. I don't have that. We're able to spiral down that negative spiral really, really easily. The great news about that is if we're able to spiral so deeply in one direction, we're actually able to spiral just as deeply in the other direction. Just most of us are out of practice. So I would suggest to start by maximizing the time that you do have. You have 5 minutes. Amazing. What can you do with 5 minutes? You have 10 minutes. Fantastic. The app is a really great tool for this right now. If you go into the filter, you can actually filter by time. And if you go onto the main page, the main browsing page, you can go to the top corner and there are a few lines. You can click on that and that will activate the filters. So you can do that for a specific type of workout. So outdoor running, you can do that for strength training, meditation, or you can do it for everything in general. So maximizing the time that you do have, that's really important. Number 2, feeling forward goals. Making feeling forward goals is the key to setting and keeping goals for me personally right now. I believe that fitness advice is just life advice disguised in sets and sweat. So in life, a lot of times we'll go for the shiny thing or the popular thing. And we completely bypass the question of how do I want to feel? And a question that I ask a lot in my own workouts in Aaptiv, I ask, how do I want to feel after this is over? So way after the workout is done, do I want to feel energized? Do I want to feel grounded? Do I want to feel centered? Do I want to feel connected? Do I want to feel motivated? And then I take that and I pair the exercise or the mode of fitness that coincides for me with that feeling. And that's what I do for the day. So I make my goal feelings focused instead of fitness focused, to be completely honest. A way to do this that I've found is really useful is I ask, what's gonna make me feel the most me possible? So I live in New York City and the streets are pretty bare right now. The parks, when it gets really nice outside, they can get really crowded. So I've asked myself, how can I feel the most me? What environment do I want to be in? Because I'm really sensitive to my environment. And I've started to explore not just around my neighborhood, but around the city. And I can avoid the big crowds. So my usual running route is in the parks. If I were to stick to that route and I was like, it's that route or nothing, then I would be out a goal right now, right? Because that's scarcity mindset. I don't have my route. I don't have my normal routine. But when you start to open things up based on feeling, then opportunities start to come your way. So I was like, I want to feel inspired. So I ran from my apartment on the Upper West Side down to Times Square because the theater and Broadway, that's a place that really inspires me. Maybe for you, the local track is a place that you can't go to right now, and that's where you go for your runs, for your laps, and you're feeling really bummed out about it. Maybe you are looking to feel really centered, really grounded. Is there a forest or a park or a place in nature that you can go that isn't closed off that would make you feel that way? So pairing the feelings with the fitness is a really powerful tool. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the concept of body neutrality. Has anybody heard about body neutrality on here? Now, just to be clear, this is different than body positivity. Body positivity is all about feeling the super positive feelings about your body as often as possible. Body neutrality is a little bit different. Body neutrality is basically functioning under the statement, I have a body, not I am my body. Body neutrality for me has been a game changer because, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how much brain space has been taken up throughout my life thinking about my body, thinking about the way it looks, the way it feels in clothes, the food that I'm eating, the exercise that I'm doing. And I've talked about this really candidly on here before, so this is no secret. That led me to that was a factor that led me down a path of having an eating disorder. But to be clear, you do not have to have an eating disorder to feel negative feelings about your body and have them really feel crippling and debilitating, kind of. So body neutrality is all about you are a soul that is in the skin you are in. Your body is a tool that helps you do things. It's not something that you need to feel good or bad about. It's something that you feel neutral about. So body neutrality helps me focus on the things that really truly matter to me and the feelings that really truly matter to me, instead of being distracted by the way that I feel in either the highs or the lows. Because a lot of times we think that when we're in a bad place with our body, we're just not liking how things feel or look. We think that we have to force ourselves out of that place and we have to skew body positive at any cost. Now, the thing that happens is when we tell ourselves that we are not allowed to feel a feeling, then when we get the feeling that we deem good, positive, virtuous, we cling onto it. We believe that it is something that can be taken away from us at any moment, and we avoid feeling those bad feelings. We hold on to that feeling at any cost. Body positivity is not my body is good or bad, it's my body is my body. So some ways to practice body neutrality. Following body neutral accounts on Instagram. That's really, really a game changer. I'm gonna post some links and some posts from those accounts on my account at Katie Horwitch after this is over. Another way that I like to practice body neutrality is to make sure that the clothes that I'm wearing while I am working out make me feel as me as can be and as free as can be. Now, sometimes that means wearing a sports bra and shorts. Sometimes that means, and I wore this for a reason, sometimes that means wearing a baggy shirt that I've made into a crop top and my jogger pants that are a little looser. The point is that I don't want my clothes to dictate how I feel about my body. I'm a highly sensitive person and I can feel myself in the skin I'm in the clothes that I'm in. And so once I take away that factor, I'm really able to focus on the things that matter most. So number one is maximize the time that you do have instead of trying to dig for the time you don't have. Again, maximizing the time that you do have. What can you do with the time that you're in? Number two is feelings forward goals. How do I want to feel? How do I want to feel after this workout? And what can I do to feel the way I want to feel? And then the third is practicing body neutrality. Not I am my body, I have a body. So I'm going to leave this up on the Aaptiv Instagram TV, and it's also going to be on Instagram, on the Instagram lives that have been on YouTube. So find those on there. If you need to watch this again, amazing. We come on here every Monday, 11 a.m. I see that Jamie is here. Jamie is going to lead you through a sweat sesh at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So you have a little time before that to go get yourself some breakfast or lunch, to mull over what we just talked about today, let it sink into your body. Make sure that you're also following me and all of the other trainers on Instagram. So I'm at Katie Horwitch. I'm gonna put that on here. I don't know if I can pin it, but we're gonna see. I've never done this before. There we go. Katie Horwitch. It's Horwitch. Boom. There we go. So please be following, go follow all of us. Make sure that you're tuning into their workouts, the content that they're putting out. It's really amazing. And I'm finding that it's a wonderful way to stay connected during this time. Interestingly enough, there are times in this For Now Normal that I felt way more connected to you all and to the world and to my greater community than I do during past normal times. So thank you so much for tuning in. I adore you. I hope that you know how much you mean to me and all of Team Aaptiv. Go forth, seize the day, move forward fearlessly, spread the good word, and be the you know you're meant to be. Peace out.